Very good morning to all of you. You are welcome again on my YouTube channel, our chemistry class. Our topic is continues to polymer science. Today's our topic is the practical significance of polymer molecular weight. Today we discuss about practical aspect or practical significance of polymer molecular weight. One might ask as to what is practical use of the knowledge of molecular weights. Let us look at this aspect. Many commercial useful polymers are selected on the basis of their properties such as the melting viscosity, impact strength or tensile strength. We know already that these are important properties of the polymer, which is the viscosity, strength, tensile, melting point, and so on. These properties are directly dependent on the molecular weight of the polymer or its degree of polymerization. Like as tensile and impact strength increase with molecular weight. Already we studied that molecular weight increase, then tensile and impact of strength is also increase. The increase it at the point and then it level. This is the figure. Figure ensure that a degree of polymerization and technically properties. Degree of polymerization is increased, then technically properties like as tensile and impact etc. is also increased. After that they will be constant on approximate 2000 degree of polymerization. The melting point viscosity of the polymer, however, shows a different trend at very high molecular weight. The melt viscosity rises more steps than low molecular weight, shown in the below figure. A commercial useful polymer should have low melt viscosity to permit ease of processing, but at the same time should exhibit good strength. The pattern shows in above figure and 3 points and below figure have to select is the useful range of the molecular weight for the polymer. In this figure, trend showing the dependence of the melt viscosity of a polymer on degree of polymerization. Here x-axis on the melt viscosity and y-axis on the degree of polymerization 200 to 2000. Then increase degree of polymerization and gradually increase the melt viscosity and speedily increase on 2000 degree of polymerization. To bring into sharper focus the effect of molecular weight on physical properties, a more generalized form represented is shown in next figure. Here mechanically strength is plotted against dP. Qualitative, the nature of the curves is valid for all polymer, differing from one polymer to another only with respect to the numerical value. Every molecule have threshold value Tb for its dP, degree of polymerization like as dP, below which the polymer does not possess any strength and exists as friable powder or a liquid resin. The threshold degree of polymerization values varies from one polymer to another. For instance, cellulose has a threshold degree of polymerization value is 60 and good number of the vinyl polymer are found to have value around 100. And similarly, the knee portion of the curve. In below figure, we discuss that the which degree of polymerization value the polymer attains more or less full strength also varies from one polymer to another. For instance, this value is 400 for vinyl type polymer and 250 for cellulose and the roughly 150 for the polyamides. Based on wide range of data collected, it has been established that polymer do not exhibit strength for the degree of polymerization value of lower than 30, and the optimum strength of most of the polymer is obtained at degree of polymerization value of around 600. The useful range degree of polymerization is from 200 to 2000, in which we see in diagrammatically. This is the next figure shows that general trends showing depends of mechanical strength of the commercial polymer on degree of polymerization. Now we discuss about size and of polymer molecule. For the sake of simplicity, let us imagine that a polymer molecule is made up of n segments, each having length of L, joined together freely end to end. Also, let us assume the joints at each segment are such as in case ball and socket joint. The segments can freely rotate at these joints and that there is no restriction of the angle formed between any two segments. This simplified version of an imaginary polymer chain is called a freely jointed chain. Now, how we to express the size of the chain? One way of expressing it would be by its total length, which is equal to n into L, and here is the segment and n L is length. This length is known as the contour length. Another way expressing the size of the chain would be by the distance between the two chain ends. Let us we call this distance as chain end to end distance and denote it by r. R is the distance. But how do we comprehend this distance r? Let us first assume that in a particular model of a freely jointed chain, the joints are not of the ball and socket type but of the hinge type. The result would be that the segment cannot undergo free rotation at each joint but can only have free movement in one place without any restrictions on the angle formed between them. Now, next topic our is polymer science is ebullientiometry. Like cryoscopy, ebullientiometry evolved itself into a useful technique for the determination of molecular weight of the solute. This is also a technique which is used for the determination of molecular weight of the solutes. Ebullientiometry, it is based on a very simple observation that boiling point of a solution of a non-volatile solvent, because volatile solvent is have no boiling point. Normal temperatures solute has been volatile. The boiling point of a solution for non-volatile solution is higher than that of the pure solvent. For example, like a salt solution in water boils at temperature higher than 100 degrees centigrade. This phenomenon is made use of it use of in determining the molecular weight of the polymer. The solution of water and salt. The basic equations which related boiling point evaluations that delta TB. Delta TB is the variation in the temperature in boiling point to the solute molecule weight and concentration are as follows. Delta TB upon C is equals to R TB square upon rho delta HY in bracket 1 upon m bar n plus BC. Equation number this. And next, delta TB upon C C20 is equals to R T square B upon rho delta HY into 1 upon m bar n, where delta HY and TB are the heat of vaporization and the boiling point of the solvent respectively. As far as experimental part of the abeliometry is concerned, there are two general type of the abeliometers. In the first type, the solution of the polymer is heated in the boiler. The solution is then brought it in contact with a sensor. Side by side, another temperature sensor measures the condensation temperature of the coagulant. The boiling point of the solution is thus compared directly with that of the solvent in this type. In the second type, the solvent and the solution are kept in the identical container and uniform boiling is achieved through mild rocking. The containers are provided with thermistors for the measuring temperature. Number average molecular weight up to the 30,000 can be determined fairly accurately by the abeliometry. This is because, like a cryoscopy, the problem relating to the accurate measurement of the extremely cell temperature exchange exists in the case of the abeliometry also. Now next topic is the membrane osmometry. Membrane osmometry is very widely used technique for the determine for the number average molecular weight of the polymer. It is based on the phenomena of the osmosis. Because that is the name of the osmometry, so we can say that this technique is depend on the osmosis, which can be described the follows. A pure solvent is separated from the solution by the semi-permeable membrane. In osmotic pressures, we use a semi-permeable membrane on account of the difference of the chemical potential between the solvent and the solution. The solvent molecule diffuse into the solution through the membrane till the solution is rendered infinitely dilute. The flow of solvent into the solution could nevertheless be practically stopped by the applying on the appropriate pressure on the solution side. Osmotic pressure of the solution can thus be defined as the pressure that must be applied to the solution so as to totally prevent the flow of the solvent through the semi-permeable membrane. The osmotic pressure is denoted pi of the polymer solution related to the number average molecular weight. The below relation of pi upon RTC. Pi is the osmotic pressure is equals to 1 upon mn bar plus BC. Pi upon RTC, C is to 0 and 1 upon m bar n. A plot of pi upon RTC versus C gives a straight line. The ordinated intercept of will give a 1 upon m bar n. Such plot of series of the cellulose acetate fractions acetones are given in below figure. This figure shows that the plots are straight line with different intercepts. In above figure, plot of pi upon RTC versus C. The striking features that fact that predicted equation next above equation, all those plots have approximately the same slope since the solvent and the polymer types are the same. The slope for the plots of different molecular weight fractions will be almost be same. However, each fractions of the cellulose acetate has a different molecular weight and hence the plots will have different ordinate intercept. The nature of the plots will be different at the osmotic pressure of the single fractions is measure in different solvent. And shows in next figure different type of the membrane osmometers are the commercially available. For instance, the fuse mad block osmometer, the Pinner Stebbins glass osmometer, the Stebbins shell automatic osmometer, and the reef of osmometer. These osmometers basically fall into two categories depending on the whether the static or the dynamic. This was the graphically pi upon RTC versus C versus intercept, and below figure pi upon RTC versus C for one sample of the nitrocellulose. Here is the A, B and C. Here denoted to acetone, B denoted to methanol and C denoted to nitrobenzene solution. Equilibrium method has been used for the osmotic pressure measurement. The static equilibrium osmometer are the preferred these days. Static equilibrium osmometer. However, description of the one variety would not be but place here as it can provide the understanding of the principle of the osmometry. This is the diagrammatically schematic the diagrammatically of the static equilibrium osmometry. A, B and C. A is denoted the details of the internal face one of the two metallic blocks and B is the side view cross section of the assembled osmometer and C is the details of the solution and solvent components. This apparatus consists of the two metallic blocks made by the stainless steel, one face each block having a series of the concentric grooves. These grooves in turn are interconnected by vertical horizontal channel. In between these groove faces of the two metallic blocks is the semi-permeable membrane is placed. On boiling these apparatus of two internal grooved faces of the metallic blocks some in the intimate contact through the semi-permeable membrane. The solvent of the solutions are kept in the space formed between the grooves on the two blocks and are prevented from freely mixing by the membrane separated them. The vertically channels of the blocks are connected to the glass capillary of a suitable bore through a drill in the metallic blocks of the solvent and solution components. The actually experiment is done as follows. The two compartments are assembled with a membrane in between, both being filled with the solvent and made leak proof. One of the compartment is then emptied of the solvent and filled with the solution of known concentration. The assembly is placed in a thermostat bath, maintained a constant temperature. Due to the osmotic pressure, the solvent will start passing through the membrane to the solution side, and this will be reflected in the steady rise of the liquid level in the capillary attached to the solution. Comprise of the liquid level in the capillary attached to the solution compartment. The process will continue until the hydrostatic pressure development in the capillary due to the increased level of the solution exactly balance the osmotic pressure. Once the osmotic equilibrium is achieved, the solvent stops entering the solution side. When this steady state is achieved, the height difference between the solution and the solvent level in the two capillaries is measured using a catheterometer. The height gives the osmotic head of the solution for the particular concentrations. This procedure is repeated with the solution of the different concentration and the corresponding osmotic heads are the measured. Typical data are given in below table. The calculation of the molecular weight from these data is done by follows. This is the table which shows us the concentration gram per dl and osmotic head HCm and H upon C Cm dl upon G. This is the data's osmotic head data of the polymethyl acrylate sample in benzene solution. This is work already done by National Chemical Laboratories, Pune. Let us see be the concentrations of the solution G upon dl. H is the osmotic head, Cm. D is the density of the solution gram per ml. T is the temperature at which that measurement are done is degree Kelvin, and H upon C are the reduced osmotic head. Centimeter dl upon G and the H upon C C20 is limiting osmotic head, Cm dl upon G. Then can be computed by plotting H upon C against C and exploiting the zero concentration. This is the figure concentrations G, and here is the H upon C. Is approximate straight line is graphically form straight line graph we find. Polymer acrylate benzene in 30 degree pioneer stabling glass osmometer, and M bar is this data. Plot H upon C versus C. Polymethyl acrylate simple in the benzene solution. Let us the limited osmotic lead denoted by the L for the simplicity. 1 atmosphere is equal to 1 is to 1033 gram weather upon centimeter square. Therefore, pi in the atmosphere, osmotic head into D upon 1033, pi upon C C20, L D upon 1033 atmosphere. And we know that pi upon C C20, RT upon Mn bar and LD upon 1033. Mn bar is equal to 1033 RT upon LD. This is the solution of the above equation, and 1.00 into 0.8205 T upon LD. The static equilibrium methods discussed above the relative simple but suffer from one major drawback. Since the diffusion of the solvent through the membrane is very slow process, the time taken to attain equilibrium is extremely high. A simple molecular weight determined may take several hours or even a few days. This is the main reason why static equilibrium osmometric have become obsolete these days. The disadvantage of the overcome in some of the present day osmometers which operated on the dynamic equilibrium principle. The high speed membrane osmometer. High speed membrane osmometer HSMO schematically represent in below figure. In one such apparatus and is very commonly used for the common modern all modern polymer characteristics laboratories. This is the HSMO, high speed membrane osmometer. HSMO consists essentially of two cells, and upper cell holding the solution and lower one the solvent. Two layers are in there, upper used for the solution and lower is the solvent. They are separated by a horizontal semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. The movement of the air bubble inside the capillary immediately below the solvent cell indicates the solute flow to the solution cell. Such movement is immediately detected by a photocell. This setup in turn the coupled of a servo mechanism. If any movement of their air bubble is detected, the servo mechanism will be stimulated to move the solvent reservoir in the upward or downward direction, and to just the hydrostatic pressure such as the solvent flow is completely arrested. The pressure head of the reservoir rise gives the osmotic head. The main advantage of the high speed membrane osmometer is that it is taken hardly 5 to 7 minutes to attain the osmotic equilibrium, which in turn permits rapid determination of the polymer molecular weight. A limitation of the membrane osmometry is the non-availability of true semi-permeable membrane. Commercially available membranes such as gel cell-phane membrane, bacterial cellulose membrane, and Danish-style collodion membrane are permeable to very low molecular weight polymer species, and hence the average molecule weight measured will always be higher than the actual membrane. Osmometry is useful in the molecular weight shape 30,000 to 1 lakh. Okay students, today's topic is important. This is the important apparatus for your syllabus for calculate the molecular weight, polymer molecular weight. So you learn and write these PDF notes in your handwriting with diagrammatically, with graphically, with tabulation form. All are important to your answering aspect. You like and share and subscribe my channel R Chemistry Class, and complete your assignments given by me in per lecture. Thank you so much for peacefully listen me.